Hi, and welcome to Tea Time with Karen. I'm your host, Karen Wright. Today we're going to discuss vitamin D, and this is a really important topic. I have my own nutrition practice, and I also work at a pharmacy, usually 3 to 4 days a week. And what I get from a lot of people is that their vitamin D levels are normal. And when I ask them what their numbers were, they are usually around 30. Now, I look at blood work differently. I look at functional blood work. This is before disease state, and the numbers I like to see are between 50 and 100. So if I see somebody with 30, to me, they don't have optimal blood work and really need to increase their levels of vitamin D. Vitamin D is really an important vitamin, and because we spend a lot of time indoors, we tend to be low on vitamin D. And even if you are outdoors a lot, the timing of the day that you are outdoors makes a huge difference as to whether or not you will get the vitamin D that your body needs. So it's really important to supplement if you're low in vitamin D, or to eat maybe more fish that could have vitamin D in it. But if your levels are low, supplementation is probably the best way to go. And the form of supplement that you want is vitamin D3, not D2. D3 is much more bioavailable, and that is what is recommended. If it's low, I usually have someone start with 2,000 IUs daily for a few weeks, and then have them cut down to 1,000 IUs. If you have too much vitamin D, that's not good either. And usually most people don't have too much vitamin D, and usually that's a sign that they've been supplementing too much. So too little is no good and too much is no good as well. But we really want to make sure we keep our vitamin D levels up. Some of the conditions that have been associated with low vitamin D are diabetes, cancer, hypertension, cardiovascular disease, autoimmune conditions, and skeletal muscle pain. So it's really an important thing. The other thing I learned is that, in the winter we don't get vitamin D, but we used to use wool blankets, and the lanolin in the wool blanket would help us get some vitamin D. I mean, not as much as if you were outside in the sun, but it was some protection. And now that we use mostly synthetic materials for our blankets, we no longer have that source of vitamin D in the winter, which our ancestors would have. Anyway, that's it for today, and I look forward to meeting you. If you want to learn more about functional blood work, I left the link on below, and you can find out on my website, healthright.info, and more about functional blood work, because it's really important. It's looking at optimal levels of blood work before their sick state. So I look forward to our next episode, and have a great evening.